Hey folks, it's Rod with Power Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, and interviews. Also home to the best MJ community in the planet. Today's Friday, August 11th. Hope you're well. Happy Friday. And in this video, we're going to be discussing the monster swing trade that played out that I pointed out a couple of days ago. I think it was on August 9th. Village Farms was starting the monthly bounce the first time in about 12 months, so a whole year. Stock's now up over 20%, so congrats to the bulls that did take this swing trade. Before we get to it though, make sure to smash the like, help support me in the channel. It doesn't cost you anything. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell, all that good stuff. You'll be notified on any future video posts or whenever I do a live stream. And if you recall from my video the other day, this was from, it was dated August 9th as well. So you can see here they beat their earnings estimates for Q2 2023. Stock didn't respond that bullish right out of the gate, but that was to be expected because the rest of the sector was kind of lagging and nothing goes straight up as, you know, in a straight line, and nothing goes exactly the same way as we expected. But as I was expecting, I said it would act as, more than likely would act as a laggard after some of the moves we saw in the sector, especially with Tilray and a lot of MJ in Canada looking a lot stronger than the US MJ. And I also did a video on MSOS ETF stating that exact point, is that US MJ looked a lot weaker than Canadian MJ. And then case in point, look at VFF today, now up over 20%, almost 21% on the day. And if we bring up the Power Group private community, I said today, well, the VFF monster trade played out, now up over 20% on the day, monthly bounce underway the first time in 12 months. So you can see here, this is my post from August 9th. So if right here, August 9th, if I click on this actual link here, it'll take me to the message. So August 9th, I said VFF, decent earnings and reaction from bulls, just starting the monthly bounce. This could be a monster swing trade for those looking. If we go back to EMA 12 resistance on the monthly, like Tilray just did, that's about 107% gain. Clear stop loss below 55 cents or 50 cents, depending on your risk. You could risk 15 to 20% to make 100% gain, right? Which is a great risk to reward opportunity. That's exactly what we're looking for when it comes to swing trades, right? And this was a clear swing trade opportunity. You can see here we hadn't bounced on the monthly since all the way back in August of 2022. So this is the first time we bounced on the monthly time frame in a year. And we had a monthly inside bar that was a clear indication to go long, and we were monthly oversold. Again, if you know nothing about technical analysis and you just plop this RSI, relative strength index indicator, relative strength index into your charts. When we're up here, we're considered overbought and overvalued. When we're down here, we're considered oversold and undervalued. So you can see here we're monthly oversold. You do better than 99% of traders out there and retail traders. And again, it's starting to prove true once again that the indicator and these, you know, the fact that we had a lower high every single candle for almost a year, and then finally broke the high there. So once we broke 68 cents, that was the go signal. So even if you just entered on a break of 68 cents, you'd now be up almost 30%. But if we trend back to EMA 12 here, monthly resistance, that's about 110% gain. And then if we go back to EMA 26, that's about a 350% gain. And look, we're still nowhere near, still from the high of the day today to EMA 12, we are still 62% away. And then if we take a look at a name like Tilray, Tilray is actually trending back to its monthly EMA 12, and it's already hit it. And then if we take a look at some other names in the space, say Sundial not too far away from its EMA 12, its monthly EMA 12. So again, if other names in the space can do it, and we've been beaten down for 12 months, we haven't started the monthly bounce. The monthly bounce just means we're breaking the high of the previous monthly candle. So when you have a pattern that long on such a high time frame, like the monthly time frame, you know that it's been so long since we've broken that pattern, and it's on the monthly time frame, you know it's going to be a big move, right? If this was the 1 minute chart, well, you know, we'd only expect maybe 1% upside, right? Or a couple percent of upside. But if it was the daily chart, maybe we'd expect 5 to 10% of upside. But when it's the monthly or the weekly, you know, we would expect 10, 20, maybe 30% of upside. Now when it's the monthly and we had a lower high every single candle for a year, now you need to expect 50 to 100% of upside, right? So, and again, these trades don't come along very often because this was a 12-month pattern that's finally breaking. But this was a clear setup. We have all MJ really in Canada just looking like it's going to explode here into the fall. I think we could get HHS rescheduled to Schedule 3 is the most likely, and then that will solve 280E tax burden as well. Safe banking could happen as well, but that's not going to solve 280E, right? So I think they could both even happen at the same time. We could get legalization of medical in the US. There's talks about German legislation coming out as early as next week. And then we could see Germany legalization take place into the end of the year and into 2024. There's so many catalysts to be looking out for. Florida potentially entering the ballot in 2024, maybe 2025 it goes rec. But there's so many catalysts that are on the horizon. Also, the Canadian government is reviewing the MJ Act here in Canada. We know it was under a consultation period, so we could see an update on that into the fall as well. So there's so many catalysts just kind of stacking here. And just from a sheer technical analysis perspective, this was one of the most clearest trades out there. And if we take a look at the weekly time frame, you can see here we're topping out at EMA 26 here on the weekly, but we could still see an EMA 12 and 26 bull cross of these EMAs. That hasn't happened since the bear market, since back in summer of 2021. So look what happened last time we had a bull cross. Price went from around $4 all the way up to $20. Then we had a bear cross with the shorter term, the 12 period above the 26 period. They crossed, price was at around $10, and then it dropped all the way down to the low 50 cents. Now we're gearing up for a potential bull cross again, and look, we're even way more beaten down than last time. So from the low to the high, we went up 10x almost, a little over 9x, so 900 and some percent. What happens if we do 900% again this time? That would bring us up to around $6, right? So this could be probably one of the best swing trades of the year, right? And it was so clear, there was very little risk, right? Risk 10, 15% to make 50 to 100%, maybe even 300% if we just go back to EMA 26, right? That'd be a 350% increase from here. But congrats to the bulls who took that swing trade. We're well above the 10-week moving average. The stochastic and the MACD are starting to blast off. I said it was more than likely going to follow Tilray after those great earnings. And sure enough, it's very resembling this Tilray chart. Look at that. Look at the MACD and the stochastic going absolutely parabolic, well above the 10-week moving average. VFF starting to follow in its footsteps as a laggard, just exactly as I predicted. We don't know for sure, but I was as close to 100% as possible, and will likely trend back to the 50 weekly moving average, which is there at 127. Tilray's over its 50 weekly. So if Tilray's doing it, VFF can more than likely do it, and that would put us around that $1.27 mark. We also have the 200-day moving average there at 110, which we're getting very close to. And again, if Tilray's above its 200-day moving average, sure enough, VFF can get back up to its 200-day moving average. That has put us around $1.10. And I also did a video as well on that, whether or not we could see VFF get acquired by Tilray. So if you haven't seen that, just go to my channel, go to videos, search VFF. Could Tilray Brands buy VFF? And I speculate that this could be the next target for and candidate for Tilray, because we know that they are sitting on over $400 million in cash. Tilray said on their multiple times on an AMA and on their earnings call that they were saving their cash for the strategic investments and mergers and acquisitions. So they just completed a strategic investment with Anheuser-Busch. They bought 8 beverage brands from them. And now, what haven't we seen yet that they talked about using that cash for? Mergers and acquisitions. What also did they say they were going to be getting into? Fruit and vegetables. So what does VFF do? MJ and fruit and vegetables. What's Tilray's main focus? They said on their recent call with Anheuser-Busch, MJ is their main focus. And on the recent earnings call, they said they were looking to get into fruits and vegetables. I think the writing's on the wall. Going to end it there. Let me know what you think of this in the comments section below. Do you think that Tilray could acquire them? And let me know if you were able to snag this monster swing trade. I actually didn't take it. I just had so much going on, but I know there's some people who took it, and congrats to the bulls. But this was obviously, I was looking at adding a position. I was going to do it today, and then I woke up and it was up 20%. So I missed it. It is what it is. Sometimes that happens. But congrats to those who did take that trade, and it looks like we could still see a lot more upside from here. But hope you have a great weekend ahead. Happy Friday. It's Rod with Pal Group. Thanks again for joining us in the Pursuit of Wealth, and we'll see you on the next video.